Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Pyre. We have a very important thing to do here, so let's not make that last episode into a trend. Is everyone prepared, Hedwin? Yes, though several of us have another question that's been troubling us. You need but ask. You said that one of us is going to return to the Commonwealth if we defeat the Tempers and the Rites this night. What happens if we fail? Hedwin, my boy, don't you see? The path to freedom and the path to enlightenment are one and the same. Do you intend to stray from the path? That's not an answer, guy. No? Then you have nothing to fear. But let me be much more upfront with you. Should you be defeated by the Tempers this night, then one of them shall end up going free, instead of one of you. It is as simple as that. What, then, is to be done? The very same as if we achieve victory. We await our next such opportunity, and make the most of it. Tonight, our plan is set in motion. We are united in our cause. We shall look as ever toward the stars for guidance, and seize upon our future chances just as they arise. The plan. Valfred's ambitious plot to spark a revolution in the Commonwealth, as peacefully as possible. The plan's current probability of success, 22%. I'm sure that comes from a very precise calculation. We shall stand together shoulder to shoulder, as the scribes themselves once stood. So, look up, my boy, and set aside your doubts. It is time to take great strides along the path. I am not comforted. Let's take this pretty seriously, huh? Although I'm still not clear on whether the person to be liberated has to be one of the participants in the rite, or can it just be someone who has participated in any rite? It has been made clear that it has to be a first-hand participant. I just don't know if they have to play in this rite.
Years have passed since last the Nightwings gained the summit of the sacred mountain and stood upon the fall of Solium. You are to be commended for your guidance, reader, but only if you can prevail in this liberation rite. Here you stand to gain much more than some enlightenment. Your adversaries are none other than the Tempers. I trust they need no introduction. Soon, one among you shall regain their freedom.
The pyres burn, and each of the triumvirates is present and prepared. Triumvirates, that's how that word is pronounced. I concur. The pyres burn, and each of the triumvirates is present and prepared. You could have stopped at I concur, that would have been fine. Then, anointed one of the Tempers, come forth now and declare yourself, and pay any respects you have unto your adversaries, the Nightwings. A massive demon swaggers into view. He reaches for his mask. Whoa. You know who I am already, but look at what we got here. The damn Nightwings decided to show up. Almost figured we were never going to see the light of day, almost figured we were never going to see the day again. I'm just inserting colloquialisms where they don't exist. He takes notice of someone in your ranks. Hey, you! He indicates Daria. She scoffs back at him. Lose the mask. Ain't seen one of our own in ages, not in these damned robes. Daria's hesitation is almost imperceptible before she moves to remove her mask, just as her adversary asked. Satisfied? Whoa, you must be new. Daria soon puts her mask back on. Enough talk. Huh, I like you, curly horns. Tell you what, once we put out your lights, you come along with these guys. We're gonna have a spot open. Only shame is I ain't gonna be around to show you a good time. I should rather cut out my tongue. Huh, you don't mean that. Our kind, we ought to stick together. Now, come on! Ignarius throws his mask back on as his allies snarl at the rest of you. His horns should not fit in that, right? Because they go up. I don't know. These masks have some... There's some physical elements of these masks that don't make a lot of sense to me. Did you see that? They have a thing equipped that gives them plus 30 Pyre. So we're actually at a pretty significant deficit here. Have the Nightwings reached a decision on whose behalf they shall conduct this rite? The lone minstrel gets your attention in his subtle way. I like to imagine waving his arms and shouting, but behind her, you know. Subtlety. Reader, this is it. The first companion whom you choose shall be anointed to go free this very night if you prevail. The other two in the Triumvirate shall lend their aid. Okay, the first companion I choose. As you may know, only the most enlightened in the rites are eligible to go free. Not all among you may be ready yet. That answers another question. I was going to see if we could just have the least enlightened person among us be the first to go free, but apparently not. Now, Nightwings, I would have your decision. Okay.
Most deserves their freedom.
I really appreciate them making it, like, incredibly clear. No opportunity for you to miss this. So it has to be one of our initial three, huh? It actually doesn't appear to be related to level of enlightenment because Lay and Hedwyn have almost exactly the same enlightenment, although maybe Hedwyn's considerable inspiration counts for something. Alright, let's have a quick look at what we got over here. So we have this dude with plus 30 strength to the Pyre. Double rushes. When he lands for a jump, he stuns nearby adversaries, potentially making them drop the orb if they have it. And we have a guy with some presence, a witch with some presence, and... Okay. Lady River. Okay. Well... Man, I don't want to have to lose one of these three. I like their personalities a lot. I guess that's true of everybody, though. It should be somebody we trust to get work done on the other side. Somebody that we can afford to lose from an effectiveness standpoint. I mean, that's kind of Jodariel, right? Like, she does fine work, but she's not the best at the rites. And I believe in her work ethic. Hedwyn's important, I think, for inspiring everybody else. Like, I think it's valuable to keep Hedwyn with us. I think it's going to be Jodariel. As much as I like using her in the rites, I think she's maybe the least valuable of our options here. It's going to be Jodariel. Wait. Some people talked to us and asked not to go first. Gilman didn't want to go first. Jodariel had a conversation with What's-Her-Face about it. But she didn't actually seem to be refusing to go first. She just said that it was presumptuous for the harp to have... Yeah. It's going to be Jodariel. She can take her cool horn with her, or maybe we'll keep it, and then we'll sell it, I guess. Yeah.
Jodariel.
Me? Why? Then the Gate Guardian looks upon you and your adversaries. Very well. Then under the watch of the 8 scribes, here are the stakes of this eve's liberation rite. Should the Nightwings prevail, the one called Jodariel shall be liberated. Should the Tempers prevail, the exile Ignarius shall go free instead. She then turns to you. Now, who among the Nightwings shall complete your triumvirate, to strive alongside Jodariel and see to her return in glory?
Who shall be at her side?
I'm so conflicted. I'm so conflicted about the decision I already made. It's really interesting, the idea that this character will disappear from our narrative. Like, I think for, role-playing or whatever you want to call it, for in-plot purposes, diegetic purposes, I suppose, Jodariel makes the most sense. It makes the most sense for Jodariel to be the one working to make things ready on the other side, because I think she is the most broadly competent. And it makes the most sense for us to lose her from our side, because I think she is probably the least useful in the rites of the 3 that I was allowed to choose. But man, I feel bad about losing Jodariel. I like her a lot. Alright, I do think I want to send... what's his face here? He's a great scorer. He has so much inspiration. Like, we could reasonably get him to level 4, and soon. I want him in. So he has a benefit to power casting, which should be easier to do. He's in. And then we should probably also run somebody who is a little bit less developed. Sounds good. Now, let's bring Jodariel home. Okay, everybody's at least level 3. I've done an alright job on that. Tizo, maybe? Tizo's a pretty good defenseman. I mean, Ruki's sort of broadly useful as well. Oh, Tizo's a good defenseman and a good scorer now that he has his Howler thing, though. Probably, at least. What do we want to give him? Plus presence? Plus quickness. Yeah, this'll be effective on both sides of his thing. So, now we have these pinches of Stardust. We can affect the trinkets. Oh no, we cannot affect the trinkets that other people have. Ooh. Well, let's keep ranking this up. Okay. We'll save this. If it's not going to even give a statistical benefit, we'll just hold on to it and use it for something else. 6 quickness is a lot. It's starting to get pretty significant.
Tizo.
Alright, part of the reason I chose Tizo here is just that I feel confident using him. I want to play Sir Gilman and stuff more often, but I'm not good at Sir Gilman yet, so... Tizo is more than willing to throw all his support behind Jodariel this night.
It is done.
Very well. The 8 scribes accept your choices, Reader of the Nightwings. She then indicates to the lone minstrel. Now, are you yourself prepared, Tariq? Aye, Celeste. Then, let us all begin. Nightwings! Been waiting an awful long time to get out of this hole. Try and stop me. Alright. Let's have... Ooh. Alright, we're gonna save up. Ooh, I like this song. Oh, he respawned. Alright, I'm gonna step forward here. With these lanes, we can actually do a lot of... Alright. Yes! With the way the battlefield is set up in lanes, we can do a lot of blocking with our very large auras. Ooh, okay, that got a little close. Oh, I can't sprint. I'm fast, but I can't, like, suddenly gain speed. Oh, turns out it doesn't matter. Get howled on. Alright, we've got them underneath us, at least. Aw. I'll take that. I can't throw it very far. Ah, that was a good jump. He jumped toward power cast pretty easily. Easy enough. I'm trying not to talk too much because I want the song to be audible, so sorry if that's Come on, come on. Oh no! Or I came back at exactly the wrong moment. Ah, man, their worm is good, but he doesn't score very well. Yeah, wow, he gets to his power charge a lot faster. Man, Headwind is extremely good. Alright. He can get over one aura pretty easily. Got a plan. We're gonna go over here. As soon as I get clear of this guy, we're gonna taunt and... I'm gonna taunt and get caught. So we got a teleporter available. I don't know where it goes. Let's find out. Oh. What a bad time for me to jump. Alright, Jodariel does some serious Pyre damage. Unfortunately, Headwind only does 20 when he hits, right? So we're still 2 scores away. You good-for-nothing Nightwings. Skip out on us for years and years and show up all of a sudden like you're gonna let somebody out for once. But now we gotta work for it, I guess. Damn it. I used to be the best. At this, at least. But now the pressure's getting to me. I can't believe it's getting to me. Ah, Moira. I doubt you'd even recognize me anyway. I think I'm getting a little bit better at this reader thing. Come on, Nightwings. Let's see you keep this up. See, this is a cheap ploy on the game's part, on the narrative's part, and it's 100% working. I feel extremely bad about not letting this dude through now. Okay, just remember, the whole point here is our people get through, and then we free everybody. We'll get him back to Moira.
Downside, or rather by his crimes. I suspect his penance is not yet complete.
Oh, wow. Good dash, good dash. Yeah, well, we get scored on. It's okay. We're pretty far ahead. Oof, 25. That hurts. Thank you, voice. Very helpful. Alright. Their 2 auras together are gonna be pretty hard to beat. Here we go. Alright, alright. Come on, jump, jump, jump! Oh, I didn't have the stamina.
Somebody get the orb.
Didn't quite have her. Come on. Oh, I couldn't jump again a second time fast enough. Alright, Tizo, you're on goal.
Didn't see it coming. Their Pyre weakens.
Alright.
The rite is nearly ended.
And we have more than a goal's worth of, Go, 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 go! Oh no, I'm stuck! I thought I could edge past the, edge past that aura. I don't know if it was taking the teleport that took all my stamina away, or if it was, that I had dashed right beforehand, but I didn't have any stamina when I came through, so I couldn't leap right away. This is tough, actually. Without Headwind, it's hard to score. I was hoping that pushing him back would... Shit, I missed. Oh, so did he. He's got this one, though. Okay, we're good, we're good, we're good. We have Headwind now. Alright. Want to make sure I have enough stamina for a good leap as I get to the end here. Ah, shit. Awesome. That was a good strategic fumble there. Whew.
An outcome which left little room for doubt.
I was starting to feel a little tense toward the end, actually. Yeah, at the end there, I intentionally threw the ball on the ground so that I could hit that power cast. It's a big deal. I hope she's not mad.
By the Nightwings shall be free, absolved of all misdeeds, return to glory in the Commonwealth. Her adversary and all others shall remain to carry out their rightful sentences.
Which apparently can be made not rightful, thus casting into doubt the very meaning of the word. What a joke. We should have had this. You should have had this. Got all rusty, you've been waiting so damn long. Damn it. Damn it! Nightwings! Be seeing you around, I guess. And next time, you ain't gonna be so lucky. So if he had won and gotten out, and presumably we'll see them again, we'll face them again, right? If he had won and gotten out, then he wouldn't be on their team next time, and... Man, this definitely bears a second playthrough. After all this time, she turns her gaze toward the rest of you. I never thought this day would come. I have all of you to thank for this, for doing this for me. The life that I recall back in the Commonwealth was, at times, difficult, and I am much older now. I know not what I shall find on my return. However, I know this. If that place still is like the Commonwealth I left so long ago, then I shall strive to make it better, for as long as I retain my strength and breath. You see her smile faintly as she disappears into the shimmer pool, though you can still hear her voice, though faintly now. The shimmer pool is a seldom-seen celestial phenomenon linking the downside back to the Commonwealth. Thus, beneath a blooded moon, the Sclorian waters rise for but a moment, only to fall again. Farewell then, reader. All of you. For now. Okay, good. May she return in glory.
Godspeed, Captain Jodariel. The 8 scribes are ever merciful. By their grace, the cycle of the rites may soon commence again.
It occurs to me that perhaps we should have sent back somebody who hasn't been here for as long, in the hopes that, you know, they would have a better grasp of how things are in the Commonwealth right now. I suppose that's a concern. Well, choice is made, right?
May the scribes have mercy on us all.
To focus on mechanics for a second, I do think Hedwyn's new charm is awesome. Faster power casts, like, very, very valuable. After your victory over the Tempers and the Liberation Rite, you return to your wagon to decide how to proceed from here. I don't know what I'm going to do without her here. Well, look on the bright side. It's one less mouth to feed. We'll see Jodariel again if we persevere. Our journey's now begun in earnest. We'll just need to make a few last preparations while we're here. What about the stars? Can we afford the time? About that. Reader, go see for yourself. Man, all the music in this game is so good. The night sky over Mount Elodiel is now much darker than you would have expected. Your thoughts are with Jodariel as you look toward the heavens. She was a grim, long-time resident of the downside, grown accustomed to surviving there. Alright, we gaze into the darkness of night. That's... Okay. I guess we will have some time. You search and search the sky, but in vain. No stars are shining now. The stars revealed nothing, did they not? You confirm his suspicions. It's as the book foretells. This is the chance we need to make ready for what lies ahead. There's a haven south of here we'll travel to at dawn. And when the stars decide to shine for us again, we'll be ready. Mark my words. Okay, yeah, we could use a little bit of downtime. You find Hedwyn on his own after Jodariel's liberation. You sensed straight away what is on his mind. The two of them were close through much of his life. Don't worry, man. We're all going back. He looks up at you, but his familiar smile is nowhere to be found. I'm sorry, my friend. I should be in a much, much better mood right now. It's just... Can't believe she's gone. Then he shakes his head. Listen to me, I'm talking like she's... He falls silent again. You can tell he needs some time to himself right now, and turn to leave. Wait, hold on, don't leave me here just yet. First of all, my friend, thank you. I don't like to think of it in quite these terms, but out of all of us, I really hoped she'd manage to get out of here. She's been here the longest, not to mention I'd probably be dead 10 times over by now if not for her. What's more, maybe other than Valfred himself, I have a feeling she's really going to make an impact on this plan of ours back on the other side. Oh yeah, look at that. She put up the probability of success by 8%. This is what I was thinking too. I'm happy to hear this acknowledged by somebody else. Just the same, though, I am going to miss her. You and Hedwyn share some memories of Jodariel for a time, though it grows clear to you that he needs some time alone. Thanks again, my friend. I hope that one day all of us can meet again. Jody, she'd be happy on that day, I bet. It is very late now. You part ways after bidding each other a good evening. Jodariel's status? Liberated. Sends the text changed slightly too. It now sends their ilk a clear message while reminding you of Jodariel. That's nice. That's good. Okay. Pamitha's getting a workout. Sir Gilman is inhaling some food, which might be the only way he can eat it. Lay's just having a little chat with herself. Ruki's chewing on something. Do I want to know? I probably don't want to know. Sandra's status? Blaspheming. Good on her. Alright. Good morning, my boy. The place I noted earlier. Let me illuminate the way. Alright, Valfred indicates you can await the next cycle of the rites here. So do we have to do this once for each member of the party? I guess that would make the game pretty long, which coincides with the number of untouched sections in the book. Valfred leads all of you into a calm and quiet clearing, tucked away inside one of the mountain's hidden folds. All about you see a variety of strange items and equipment. I guess we are going to just bide our time and we gotta wait for the stars. And the voice. You find Valfred seemingly lost in thought, but then he turns to you. Greetings, reader. This wagon and I weave many memories together, and I could not help reliving some of them just now. I suppose some aspects of my past may be of relevance to you, given your role. If there is something that you wish to know, you need but ask. Yeah, alright, I have some questions, for sure. I don't know that I particularly care what he did to earn his sentence. It kind of doesn't matter at this point, right? This is a little bit more important. He and Tariq seem to be old acquaintances, but I mean, they just met in the downside or whatever. I think this is the thing I'm most interested in. We might get to ask all the questions. This is the one I want first. What exactly is the deal with the Nightwings, man? You express interest in knowing more of how the Nightwings came to be here, and Valfred's past connection to the group. I have been connected to the Nightwings almost since the beginning of my days in exile. They found me, in a manner as I understand quite like how Hedwyn and the others found you. Back then, it was a smaller group than we have now. I joined an exile called Erissa, and another known as Oralek. Former exile of the Nightwings who conducted the rites alongside, nomads. Once in a while, we let little Tizo stand with us as well. He is rather older than he looks. The other triumvirates we stood against, they feared us. Only the Tempers presented any threat to us in any given rite. But there was a terrible accident. Arisa, we lost her. And Oralek, he was my friend. He fell from Mount Elodiel. We lost him as well, on the night when he was to be set free. We were reckless, hasty, and I was powerless to stop any of it. I blamed the rites themselves, the circumstances that put us into danger. The downside has claimed many lives, yet this, it was too much. I vowed never again to don the mask and raiments. I had the black wagon cleared and buried, such that it could not be used again. If the Nightwings would rise again, it would be under different circumstances, under new leadership, and towards a different purpose. That is all I wish to say of this, my boy. Okay, we do get to ask everything. You ask Valfred about his history with the lone minstrel, whom he seems to know quite well. Tariq was there with the Nightwings when they took me on. His manner has always been much as how you've seen. Although he is somewhat more cheerful now than I recall back then, if you can believe that. I think our plan has sparked a little fire in him. He serves the rites and the Nightwings. I have tried to ask him of his past before, but he seems rather reluctant to speak of it. Though it is plain that he's not from around here. This being the downside, I respect his wishes for some privacy. Nonetheless, although I do not know too much of him, I count him as a friend. I lost track of him for some time, though it was he who first informed me that the Nightwings had returned. He and Tizo were instrumental in our meeting. It has been good to see him doing relatively well. Anyway, was there anything else you wish to talk about for now? He just moments ago, expressed an understanding that it's probably best not to ask people about what they did to get put here. So I feel like asking him this is maybe a little uncouth, given that and also all of the other circumstances. Maybe he wouldn't like this. Maybe if we don't ask him this question, I could certainly see this being the kind of game where exercising some conversational restraint might have its benefits, but also I am very curious. We'll ask, but I wonder if it might be better not to. You ask Valfred about his past in the Commonwealth, and how it is he came to be in the downside. How rather forward of you, my boy. Most whom I have met during my travels here have been reluctant to approach the subject of one's history before one's exile. Nonetheless, I am happy to tell you. Okay, maybe not a problem. As a reader, I assume you are familiar with the stamping press. I owned and operated one. Is this like printing press? An illegal invention allowing written materials to be published at an extraordinary rate. Okay, it is in fact the printing press. In 617 AS, the Commonwealth was under siege from within as anti-theocratic propaganda quickly spread. I took issue with the Commonwealth, the ban on literacy, the interminable wars against the High-Wing remnants. I spread the truth about it all with my machine. Valfred ran a zine. Under pseudonym, of course. Still, I knew I was putting myself at risk, and sure enough, my stamping press was eventually discovered and burned to the ground. I, however, managed to elude capture, for a while. But not for long enough. Here, in the downside, I chanced upon the Nightwings, who were searching for a reader. In that respect, my past, I think, is similar to yours. Anyway, that is the long and the short of it. Now then, was there anything else? That's alright. Your time is so valuable. Not mine, yours. You thank Valfred for his time and bid him a good rest of the afternoon. Likewise to you, reader. Be well. Sandra is smiling to herself. Well, then we probably don't need to interrupt. Probably should not touch this all the time. Now that I remember that these things make noise, I'm having fun clicking on stuff now. It doesn't take much for me. You know, a sound or two, a bright color, maybe a flash of motion. Very easily amused. Everyone, the amenities are modest here at Moonlight Alcove, but I suggest that you get comfortable. We may be here for some time. A small landing on the dark side of the Sacred Mountain. For many years, Valfred smuggled supplies and furnishings to this well-hidden locale. As for myself, I have some business to attend to. Please, leave the wagon in my care for now. It shall be ready by when you need it next. That makes me a little nervous, but alright. From the mountaintop, you can see all across the downside. Its impossible expanse staring back at you. The thought occurs to you that you may never see another land besides it. Well, now that's the opposite of hope. And so, you and your companions wait upon the mountaintop in quiet solitude, anticipating when the cycle of the rites begins to turn again. Then, you shall have another opportunity to free one of your own. You may earn back their freedom one by one. Many moons pass. Then, one evening... May I have a moment, reader? The lone minstrel finds you poring over the Book of Rites, as has been your leaning through your stay at this abode. Begging your pardon, but there is something you may wish to see. Please, follow me. You follow him into the cold night. Look forth, reader sir. The stars shine like you have never seen. Once more, the path toward salvation is revealed, but now, something is different. Well, let's have a look. That is different. Each prior time you searched the stars, they showed to you a single path, but now, several rites avail themselves to you at once. Alright. Choices to make. I have questions about this. I am not permitted to conduct a rite here. Nobody thinks that's weird. Okay. That's fine, we'll just move right on. Okay. So they've given me 3 options. I'm just kind of looking around, making sure that there's not anything new and weird creeping in around the edges or anything. I would hate to miss stuff. Well... The dusk star burns bright. Lendel is already on his way. So we could go after the accusers. It had pretty far back to challenge the withdrawn. I do remember the battle against Udmilda being fairly difficult. That was a close one, wasn't it? Or we could we could head back and see Barker again. I do like Barker Ashpaws. You know, it's been a long time since we were in Jomur. The stars urge that we go to the spring of Jomur, a long way off. Valfred, sir, how are we to reach the spring of Jomur in due course of time? You know full well, Tariq. Preparations are complete. This guy knows all kinds of stuff that he's pretending not to know. I knew it. I can tell. Just look at his face. It's written all over it. You think you see the lone minstrel smile, ever faintly, but cannot be sure. Please, ask the others to gather their belongings, rest, and then assemble at the wagon there at dawn. We shall be departing at that time. As you will, sir. The cycle begins anew. As the years advanced, you'll find there ought to be fewer rites. Until once more we are to traverse Scribe's Gate. That's maybe not entirely how I would have punctuated that. Exactly how many it is difficult to say, but our next chance at liberty ought to present itself much sooner than before. So let's be ready for it. Now then, see you in the morning, reader. Your companions have not traveled far from Moonlight Alcove. Word of the news soon spreads throughout the group. Okay, so I guess we'll do probably ever-shortening cycles until it's, until we're all out of here. Very curious to see where the story goes from here. Next morning, Valfred calls everyone together before the Black Wagon. This old wagon is more than it appears. With Bertrude's aid, it escorted you across the sea to me. Now it shall escort us anywhere the stars require. Come and see. Alright, Valfred beckons us to join him inside, and it's going to turn into an airship, I'm assuming? There is a handle. Something has changed about the wagon's interior. What looked to be old cracks and signs of age now expose various intricate components once hidden from view. You are the Nightwings. You should travel in their customary way. He turns to you, indicating levers and devices marked with symbols from the book. Now, reader, whenever you're ready, you may take us up. I'll show you how. And, everyone else, hang on to something. Oh, I know. Hold it for a second. After having soared into the sky, the Black Wagon remains aloft somehow. Oh, Tizo is very excited to be flying again. You get the impression this may not be the first time for him. Oh, by the Scribes! Hey, now we're talking! The Nightwings sail the skies again, wheresoever the stars may call for them. There is one catch. The downside provides few locales suitable for landing. Though we should be able to find at least a couple landing places near to where we're going. We'll then make way by land or sea toward our destination. Now, without further ado, let us proceed. Okay, seek landing near the Spring of Jamur. Do I have... Okay, I have much more direct control now. This is all going to turn out to actually be one cohesive map, or... pretty much. Oh, wow. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey, now, what's this? Fate. I just crashed right into the Fate. Yep, I know them. Ah, a pleasure to encounter you within the skies themselves, O Nightwings. I just crashed right into their airship. I feel like such an idiot. They deliberately crashed into us, Father. You still addressed them in such cordial manner. I did deliberately crash into you. I'm really sorry. Now, Almer, I am certain that this was an honest accident, and it appears no lasting damage has been done. Please, take the helm, as I shall go and start to pick up all the fallen artifacts, which shook free from the walls after the impact. I'm really sorry, you guys. Perhaps some of these old heirlooms may yet be repaired with adhesives drawn from certain flora we may find along our long and difficult quest. Damn you, Nightwings. You stay away from us. Yeah, that's... I'm sorry. Hey, stop. Hey. Hey. The second two were not my fault. Okay, I had to be a little bit more careful. But, like, we should look around, right? Because there could be new places we haven't been allowed to go yet. So somebody has touched down in this field. Let's not land our airship on top of theirs. Something about the strange island you see below draws your attention. Best to avert your gaze from the Isle of Kaelmer. Even the Scribes themselves thought to avoid the place. Let us fly on. Well, I mean, obviously I have to go look at that. Which... Wait, who is that? I don't remember the symbols. How will I know when I find a place where I can land? Is it... No, I don't seem to have any controls that allow me to land. I guess we'll have to come back and worry about this later. They're just seeding things for me to remember to do. Ooh. What's this now? As you soar above the waters of Worm Gulf, you notice Sir Gilman sidle up to you very slowly. We are very, 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 very high above the waters, if this knight is not mistaken. This knight's brethren lurk beneath the surface there in numbers untold. Fortunately, if we were to come crashing to the surface now, then this knight, why, he would receive a watery burial, in the custom of his kind. Yeah, there you go, that's the upside. Well, look at how much brighter colored this is than everything else around it. That's weird, right? Well, I don't have a way of landing, so I guess we're just going to keep going. They'll tell me what all the controls are eventually. Below, amid the desolation of flagging hands, you see Big Bertrude's, from which you first embarked by sea. You wonder how its venerable proprietor is faring. I am certain that Big Bertrude must have left a strong impression on you all. She is not easy to forget. I've known her since before my exile or hers. She's been here a long time. I've sent my agents to repay her for assisting you, and to send her our regards. The old wagon must have been in need of some repairs. Alright, we're going to look around for points of interest, obviously. I don't want to miss any narrative. Okay, so I just get close to a place that has the icon, and I can land. Let's just keep looking around for a moment. Yep, see? The spring of Jomur has always flown forth from the crushed carapace of Biolanthius, the legend of whose demise is a rather sordid tale. Perhaps you have read it already in the book. Biolanthius, the Hive Titan, a giant scorpion, crushed by the noble bowling ball of Jomur Menimane. From its remains flows a rejuvenating spring which gladdens up that valley's desolation. Not all believe the book exists, of course, nor the greater titans, nor the rites. I have encountered exiles believing that this titan perished quite by accident, rather than by a cunning trap laid for it by Jomur Menimane. They took the titan for a common beast. Perhaps the stars shine down upon out-of-the-way locales such as this one, to ensure that they alone shall witness the proceedings. Oh man, he set up a trap that dropped a bowling ball on him. That is some serious, like, Wile E. Coyote shit right there. You soar near to the border of the Sandfolds, where your companions first found you in the downside long ago. There is nothing for you there, and you wish never to see it again. Okay, that is what I was doing. I was going to sail all the way back to the beginning because I was curious. But, the narrative has made it clear to me that I am not, in fact, curious. Funny thing is, I still feel pretty curious, so we'll, okay. Alright, fair enough. Well, we could land at Gluehive. Sir Gilman would like to explore the weird pools emanating from this giant scorpion corpse. Or we could come in through Fall Flat, where Sir Gilman believes the conditions here are right to train in the ways of the Sea Dominion. Boy, I don't even know what that means. Training's good. You touch down in the heart of Jomur Valley, where you first faced the Fate and the Dissidents. You briefly wonder where they might be now, and how they fare. That's weird. The Fate was glowing, but this is not new information, right? You join your companions for a routine inspection of the wagon following its flight. Sir Gilman confirms the wagon's wheels withstood the shifting temperature and still appear to be in reasonable shape. Round, one assumes. Hedwyn managed to calm some of the drive imps prone to dizziness or frenzy at high altitudes. Other than that, everything checks out, and the rest of the crew got through the flight without complaint. You now have a little time before having to set forth by land. Is it vocations time, or... oh, there's going to be a sparring contest. Also, Beyonder Trials. Hey, Gilman, how you doing? You did not care for the flying. Sir Gilman is shivering there after the Black Wagon's maiden voyage through the skies. Master Reader, this knight is very, very slightly out of sorts is all. He merely appears terrified, but he assures you that his seeming cowardice is but an optical illusion in this case. Pamitha overhears and joins you. Hey, not invited. Be nice to him. Flying's not for everyone, Sir Knight. This knight heartily concurs, though how anyone at all can stand it he has yet to understand. Well, let's see. What's it like to swim the waters of the Sea Dominion? Ah, those glorious murky waters. Engulfed in hideous warfare, to be sure, but otherwise a joy to cut across, to feel the coolness of the waves beneath one's gill slits and the like. Though, this knight is now accustomed to his life above the surface. Flying's just the same, Sir Knight. It resists those of us not born to it. I, in turn, have wondered what your seas are like, but the thought of swimming fills me with disgust. No, I haven't had to swim, and now you have had to fly. That's very brave of you, and you handled it better than some harp fledglings I've met in my day. You'll get used to it. She departs, but you sense Sir Gilman is feeling better after the exchange. That was nice. Sir Gilman has gained +1 hope. We're probably going to use him too, because I really need to get better at controlling him. Although, I guess we're about to do that. So-called singing is the sound of countless screeching wheel mites. The singing sands, a keepsake from Jomura Valley. And here we have some... Oh, I can't actually look at the... Oh, here we go. The canvas wings. The black wagon is flight-capable, though by which means you do not fully grasp as yet. Yeah, I certainly have some questions about it. We also have here some waking wood wisps from the Black Basin. You know, just so nobody forgets. As though they could. Alright, so what have we revealed in the book? Oh, a considerable amount. Well, hold on. We'll come back. We will read that. But first I'd like to do this. What brings you to me this time, my dear reader? We have invoked you for a scribe trial. We need cool stuff. Just name the victim, and I shall be more than pleased to make him or her suffer for a bit. Hey Gilman, are you prepared to build some character? I probably want to give him the quickness charm, right? Maybe I'm overvaluing quickness. It does seem awfully good. I don't think we need the small amount of money right now. Is this going to cause him to immediately come back whenever he gets banished? Maybe. Alright, let's quickness charm. You ask Sandra to administer one of her special rites for our special trials for Sir Gilman. You think that dimwit of a worm has any chance? Perhaps you're correct, though I put little stock in him myself. Though, let us bring him forth. Soon Sir Gilman appears in heat of the summons. He always comes into the room like Kramer, doesn't he? Master Reader, is this knight perchance in trouble for something? You're gonna feel like I'm punishing you. I want you to understand that's not where it's coming from. Alright. Quick and effective in close quarters. I gotta get better at using him to block people. The problem is that just drawing a line across the front of them isn't effective by itself because they just jump over it. But it could be effective for forcing people to jump early so that they can be blocked by other people's auras, or if I just do a better job of coming back around so I can catch them as they land. The apparition Sandra appears and unfastens her mask. Listen well, Worm. You answer to me here. As you will, Your Highness. Your Highness. I like the sound of that. Though flattery shall get you nowhere here. Demonstrate your competence to me then, Worm. You shall have to do it mostly on your own, though under the guidance of your lovely reader. I trust you are prepared. Of course, Your Highness. This knight accepts this challenge. Alright. We're gonna figure this out. I bet I get to redo this one as many times as I need to. Oh, right. I'll say this. He's fast as heck, although I did completely miss the Pyre just now. I can't believe that didn't... Boy, it sure looked like my aura was touching it, touching the demon's feet. Alright. Boy, he really does get going when you hold shift. Ooh. Okay, I see what you're doing. We'll try to lure them all up here. Come on. Ooh, I was not sure I was going to be able to actually hit it. Alright, let's try something a little different here. They're not actually gonna... Ooh. I was about to say they're not actually coming forward, so I can't aura zap them. But I guess what I did was really just kind of give them all the time they needed to set up. Yoink! Oh, I got caught by the edge of it. Okay, the good news is they're not actually that close to the ball. Okay, so I actually can't... The aura that looks like all slimy, I actually can't banish them by just touching them with it. I have to do the zap. It seems like. Maybe I'm misreading what was happening there, but... Oh, you fool! Okay, alright. I'm getting it, I'm getting it. He's definitely a little weird. In a lot of ways, really. Huzzah! This knight prevails! I have no choice but to concur with that assessment, Worm. Your performance was sufficient, and you passed my test. Thus, congratulations are in order, to you and to your lovely reader. Now, farewell. I'm very curious to see what his unique trinket is going to be. Master Reader, this knight is humbled after having passed that sorceress test. Ah, by the scales of the Underking Oris, what is it you have there? Why, it's Oris' scale, of course. Sir Gilman jumps much farther than usual. Okay, that's interesting. I wasn't jumping with him at all, but I probably should have been, and I definitely will be now. And we don't necessarily have to use everybody's unique trinket on them. That's one that I could definitely see setting aside for something else. What is this? Okay, exhibits a flagrant disregard for natural law. Yeah, thus providing light entertainment. You know, that is mostly why people break the law. Alright, let's do a little bit of reading. We have opened up some of a lot of this book. I'm assuming these won't be full chapters. Actually, this is a new... Yeah, this is a new page in Chapter 1, right? Are we in Chapter 1? It looks like this is pulled up slightly. No, we're on this page, right? That's the glowing? Yeah, okay. Why did it load to here? Okay, hold on a second. So... How do I flip this thing back page by page? There's a part of the page I can click on, isn't there? Yeah. Oh, or I can press this. No, actually that doesn't work. Oh, that's supposed to be... That key that's there is supposed to be right arrow, and not, you know, right bracket. I don't know what you call that. Caret bracket. Whatever. There's an actual symbol that appears on my keyboard, but it's not the one they want me to press. 11, 13... I'm just curious how many pages we're missing. Okay, so we have seen this. 17. And then I can't press right anymore. We can jump ahead to page 25. Maybe it's best not to read these. Yeah, 57. Maybe it's best to hold off until we actually have all this stuff. Wow, there are a lot of pages. Alright, if you have a strong feeling on whether I should read this stuff as we come to it, or whether we should save it until it's one complete story, let me know in the comments. For now, I'm going to skip it. It's just sort of floating awkwardly around the cabin. Weird. Alright, let's judge this sparring contest. Who among you has the wherewithal to face this knight? Being in the stark badlands of Fall Flat makes this the perfect time for a quick jousting competition, Sir Gilman says. He just needs a partner. One of your companions steps forward. You wish to fight somebody, little knight? Then come, let's see what you can do. At this, Sir Gilman launches into a... Excuse me. Sir Gilman launches into a litany of instruction, detailing the specific methods of Sea Dominion ceremonial combat. At last, the two competitors take their positions and then rush toward one another. They collide, then flail away, trading blow for blow. It all seems rather senseless. When at last they stop and catch their breath, Sir Gilman approaches you. This knight would have you choose the victor of this bout, Master Reader. Who prevailed? You have no idea how to evaluate what you just saw, but think it best to humor them. Okay, geez, if we declare the winner is Sir Gilman, Pamitha will understand what we're doing, I think. She'll understand, what's going on. If we declare the winner is Pamitha, I think it will bum Sir Gilman out tremendously. I don't think this is a thing worth doing. Perhaps what Sir Gilman needs is the sense that he has a worthy opponent. That is true. That's a good point. It's probably best for his psyche to be crowned the victor here. What if we say it's a tie? See, won't that make Sir Gilman think that she's a worthy opponent while also not completely destroying his confidence? I'm declaring a tie. Also, the true winner of this joust was me. You declare the outcome of the joust to be a perfect tie. Sir Gilman stares at you for a moment. Indeed, a most wise estimation, like always. Pamitha congratulates him on an honorable fight. Sir Gilman and Pamitha gained +2 quickness for the next rite. Okay, we're definitely using Gilman. Maybe Pamitha too. I'm not very good at using either of them, I don't think, but... Alright, well there's nobody waiting to talk to me in here, so I guess we just continue on. My plan is to just go to the next rite, as we usually do in these episodes. I don't know exactly how long that'll be. Well, it looks like we actually just have the one choice. Hey, look who it is. So, like I said, for now we'll skip the pages, but let me know if you would prefer that I read them as they become available to us. You observe Tizo rummaging around about the black wagon, as though in search of something. He notices you there and rushes up to greet you. Tizo's glad you're here. He was just reminiscing about old times. But, just as quickly, he resumes his search. It's got to be hard to search with, this set of appendages. Tizo is looking for something a former exile of the Nightwings once gave him. He's growing frustrated that the object he seeks is nowhere to be found. I mean, I can help. I have hands. Hands are real good for finding stuff. You almost do not notice the lone minstrel's approach. I am afraid that it is gone, Tizo. I am very sorry. Reader, it is nothing that ought to be cause for much concern. Merely that Tizo has misplaced something of sentimental value to him. We could help him find it, though. It was just a spare bandage, he indicates, exactly like the one on his horn. Tizo here has had many adventures with the Nightwings. Is that not so, Tizo? He squawks in approval. Those memories shall always stay with you. Is that not what matters most of all? He confirms this as well, but he doesn't seem totally jazzed about it. Then, please, do not worry about it. Do not worry yourself about it anymore. It is a symbol of a distant past, besides. Tizo skulks away up into the rafters. The lone minstrel watches him go. The object that he seeks does not exist, reader. Tizo searches for it from a fleeting memory of his days with the Nightwings of the past. He performed the regular duties of other drive imps at first, but soon distinguished himself. I was none too surprised. He was clearly special. Ravenous creatures indigenous to the downside, possessing few passions other than a fast meal. Few in the Commonwealth believe these beasts are real, though stories of them are often told in jest. Is that really the first time we've seen that word glowing? Or that word highlighted? Because it was glowing, which usually implies... well, whatever. He had grown close with the other members of the Nightwings when misfortune fell, and the Triumvirate fell apart. I would maybe not use the word fell so many times in that description, given what actually happened, but hey, you do you. Perhaps Valfred has revealed to you more of the details. As for Tizo, I feel he must make peace with the shadows of his past somehow. Perhaps, then, he shall cease searching. You need not worry for him, of course. He is resilient, and shall always serve the Nightwings well. You might say that he was born for it. Begging your pardon, reader. The lone minstrel excuses himself in his polite way, leaving you to consider what he said. Okay, so we're gonna finally start getting more information, huh? Alright, so obviously, not anything here that we don't yet know. Alright, let's make a last trip to the slug market here, and then we'll call it for the day. Hey, you guys! Where's your friend? You know, the big one with the horns, likes frowning, stuff like that. Something happened there, or what? Ron, this is not the most sensitive way to approach this. I heard a crazy story. She just flew on out of here or something. Anyway. Alright, what do you got? A Twilight Shard. When flinging the orb into the adversary's pyre, the bearer deals bonus damage. Yeah, alright. That's interesting. So, should we sell Jodariel's talisman? Like, I don't know. Are we going to have to use her again? I don't know, you know, I have no idea what the plot of this game might bring. But it's probably okay to sell this. I think it's probably okay to sell it, and we're very close to being able to afford the lunar glass. Maybe at this point I don't value this as much as I thought. 10% faster movement is probably not as good, almost ever, as the +6 quickness, right? 6 is a lot. I don't know exactly how the quickness stat translates into movement speed, though. But maybe I've been too focused on this for too long, and it's not actually that important anymore. Now that I'm getting better at the game, and, you know, we're starting to value other things. Let's take these. I mean, to be fair, we could level this up, and it would probably get pretty okay. None of these are really blowing my mind. Plus hope is not bad. Honestly, the Righteous Flame is maybe... If we use this, we can run people who don't score as high, like Gilman. Gilman's fast, and he's a good jumper. Now, at least. But he doesn't really do a lot of damage to the Pyre. But if you have to score like 6 times to end the match, the Righteous Flame will maybe give you the time to do that. I don't know. I kind of don't think we're going to buy any of these. This could be useful, actually. That could be really useful. 77. No, we're not going to buy anything else. We're just taking the Stardust. I'll think about it all. Appreciate you doing business. You guys be sure to tell your friends, okay? Now listen, I know a lot of people, Ron. I don't really have a lot of friends down here. Anyway, that's going to be it for us for today. The story is going very interesting places. And again, I really appreciate that it doesn't... I don't really have a good, clean way to put this, but it doesn't feel like a lot of other video game narratives, you know? I don't know. Anyway, come back next time. More rights and more freedom. And we'll see you then.